Nobody expected the rumor to drop this suddenly. Nobody expected it to feel like a tremor rolling through Major League Baseball. But it happened, quiet, sharp, and unbelievable. And it began with a single whisper: the Cubs want Alex Bregman. That one sentence was enough to freeze the baseball world in place. Because Bregman isn't just another star. He's a symbol of big game pressure, of postseason fire, of a player who steps onto a field and changes the temperature. The Cubs haven't been shy this offseason, but this felt like a message. A declaration that they're not playing safe anymore. They want a leader. They want swagger. They want someone who has stood on October's brightest stage and refused to blink. Rumors spread like lightning. Fans lit up social media. Analysts leaned closer to their screens. What would this mean? What would it take? And why now? The answer came in the form of another bombshell, one that hit the East Coast like a shockwave. The Boston Red Sox, a team searching for its identity, were reportedly considering a daring move of their own: Bo Bichette. Suddenly, two franchises with very different histories felt connected by ambition, by danger, by the thrill of what could be. It was as if the entire league had been quietly holding its breath, waiting for someone, anyone, to make a move that felt larger than numbers on a contract. Chicago's interest in Bregman wasn't casual. Not a passing glance. It was hunger. And every insider could sense it. Bregman plays with a fire that spreads. He brings an attitude that shifts clubhouses, changes expectations, ignites fanbases. For the Cubs, still chasing the glory of 2016, this wasn't just a target. It was a spark. A belief that maybe the window wasn't closing. Maybe it was never closed at all. Meanwhile, in Boston, the idea of Bichette stirred emotions far more complicated. Some fans were excited, dreaming of a future built around a young shortstop with star-level potential. Others felt uneasy, because moves like this are big. They aren't just front office decisions, they're declarations of direction. But baseball is a sport of boldness. And boldness waits for no one. As the rumors intensified, a strange energy spread across the league. You could almost feel front offices adjusting their plans, rechecking their boards, making late-night calls. Because a move like Bregman to Chicago, or Bichette to Boston, doesn't happen in a vacuum. It shifts the balance. In Chicago, fans started imagining him standing on the Wrigley infield dirt, the ivy behind him, the wind swirling around him. Bregman in Cubby blue. Bregman in front of the most loyal fanbase in baseball. Bregman stepping into the batter's box as the stadium vibrates with hope. In Boston, fans pictured Bichette anchoring the infield, his energy bouncing off the green monster, his confidence feeding the heartbeat of Fenway. A new era, a new star, a new identity. Baseball thrives on possibilities, and suddenly, possibilities were everywhere. Reporters camped outside team facilities. Cameras waited like predators. Every executive's expression mattered. Every no comment felt like the calm before a storm. For the Cubs, the pursuit of Bregman symbolized more than a transaction. It symbolized a return to believing they could be great again. That they didn't have to rebuild forever. That they could choose boldness over caution. For the Red Sox, Bichette represented a reset button, or perhaps a reawakening. A reminder that even in uncertain times, a single player can tilt the future. The tension reached its peak when a source close to the situation described Chicago's level of interest as serious, very serious. Those words echoed like thunder. Fans held their breath. Analysts sharpened their pencils. The league wondered what would fall next. Bregman, for his part, played on. Calm, focused, professional. But deep down, he must have felt the ripple. Players always do. When your name becomes a headline, when your future becomes a question mark, you feel the world watching you. Bichette, too, must have sensed the shift. Even when a trade is only a rumor, it changes the air around you. It makes ordinary days feel heavier. What made the story even more dramatic was the timing. Both teams needed answers. Both teams needed direction. And both teams seemed ready, finally ready, to choose a path that could redefine their future. The Cubs, fueled by a fanbase desperate for another deep October run. The Red Sox, pushed by a city that demands passion, effort, and purpose. Two teams, two stars, two potential moves that could reshape the meaning of an offseason. But beneath all the noise, all the speculation, all the excitement, there was something more powerful growing: hope. Hope that baseball was about to witness something bold, something thrilling, something unforgettable. Because no matter where Bregman lands, his presence changes everything. And no matter where Bichette goes, his energy transforms a lineup. The league understands this. The fans understand this. Even the players feel the electricity pulsing through the rumors. Everyone knows that moves of this magnitude don't just fill positions. They define eras. As the story continues to evolve, as front offices push closer to decisions that could shake the foundation of their franchises, the baseball world waits, restless, breathless, alive. Because when a team like the Cubs chases a star like Bregman, and when a team like the Red Sox considers a future built around Bichette, it means one thing: the game is shifting, the stakes are rising, and somewhere inside these rumors, somewhere inside the smoke and the whispers and the midnight phone calls, lies the promise of a season that could be unforgettable. A season defined by courage. A season shaped by daring. A season where someone, somewhere, decides that playing it safe isn't good enough anymore. And when the dust finally settles, when the choices are made, and when the stars find their new homes, baseball will feel different. Maybe better. Maybe bigger. Definitely bolder. Because legends aren't born from hesitation. They're born from moments exactly like this.